PK Subban benched the final 2 minutes after that turnover. Michel Therrien not saying him by name, but essentially calling PK Subban out after that game. Your take on this hot topic situation right now?
So many layers to this story and a lot of ways to dissect it. Okay, first off, let's talk about the play. Let's talk about the play that resulted in the game-winning goal for the Colorado Avalanche. The individual's play that made the wrong one. PK Subban protecting the puck along the blue line. He does this all the time. He blows a tire there. He would win that puck if he happens to stand up. He falls down. It happens. So now Grigorenko picks up the puck. It is a 3-on-3. You do this in practice almost every day. 3-on-2 with a chaser, and you have to sort it out. The chaser is Max Pacioretty. Keep an eye on where he goes and what he does. So you're trying to identify guys. Okay, Markov's on Duchesne. De La Rosa on Ginla. Now Pacioretty's thinking, I got Grigorenko 25. One-on-one battles 3 ways over. He actually touches him with his stick. I got him. But where's his eyes? They're focused on Duchesne, focused on the puck, even though he's physically engaged his guy. Now, when Duchesne gets to the middle, still staring at Matt Duchesne, but where's his guy? He's about 15 feet away. And so now he's not in a good position to cover him. De La Rosa swimming down by the net. Good pass, goal. So, take it back to the story. Yes, PK Subban fell. But his team was more than adequately prepared to cover up for that bobble. They were back in position, and it was the players on the back check who made the incorrect read, including their captain, Max Pacioretty, who was the biggest culprit in this situation, to allow that goal. We know PK plays occasionally an aggressive style with the puck. That's why he's so good. That's why he's your best player. That's why he leads you in scoring. That's why he's on the ice. Anyone can dump the puck in behind the net. And yes, you have to be aware of the clock and the game and the situation. And PK could have done that. But the reason why he's great, and he is great, is because he doesn't. And he makes plays, and he makes more plays more often than anyone else on that team. So, for Michel Therrien to come in after the game and say, we lost because of an individual's mistake, well, you might want to point at Max Pacioretty then, and not PK Subban, because the most glaring error in that sequence, to me, was the missed assignment on the back check from their captain, Max Pacioretty, not PK Subban. So, that all transpires. Couple minutes left in the game. You're probably not happy that you gave up the goal. You're probably blaming PK Subban because he looked like he was dangling the blue line and fell. Maybe if you watch the video, the one I'm just going to send you, you might say, you know what, maybe it's not quite that way. Regardless how you feel about it, you have 2 minutes left. You're down a goal. You're almost playing for your year. How you keep PK Subban on the bench is beyond me. This is not the time or the place to punish him, to send a message, to establish a standard. That's done in October or November, or when you're up by 20 points like the Washington Capitals, or you're out of it by 20 points like the Toronto Maple Leafs. You don't do it when you're playing for your life. PK Subban, we'll do the numbers right here.
Oh, you crunched him.
He has been on for a greater percentage of goals for his team than anybody in the league. So this notion that PK Subban's a risky defender, he's a high-risk, high-reward guy. This number is the percentage of touches that each defender on the Montreal Canadiens has that leads to a turnover. Lower is better. Look who's the lowest. Not only is PK Subban not risky, he's the safest guy you have. So don't talk about he made a play in the wrong way, trying to do too much. He's the safest player you have. And he's your best player with Carey Price not in the lineup. He's your best player by a mile. So all these things swirling around at the end of the game, you keep on the bench. Bad call. You punish him for a play that really maybe wasn't entirely his fault. Bad call. Then you go into the dressing room, and you're going to say, we lost the game because an individual. If you're going to say an individual, just say PK. Everyone knows you're talking about PK Subban. If you got a problem with it, say his name. Own it. Say, we lost him because PK Subban tried to do too much, and he shouldn't have. I disagree with you, but at least I respect you for saying his name. All those things I don't like. And so, at the end of the day, where does that leave Montreal? It leaves them right back where they have been for the better part of 2 months. Struggling, scrambling, and I played in Montreal. It's a very intense environment. Lots of media, lots of pressure, lots of attention. And this is a monster topic of discussion today in Montreal for Max Pacioretty, their captain, for PK Subban, their best player, for their coach Michel Therrien, and how they all dealt with this and how they should have dealt with it. And I think it could have all been avoided because I don't think Michel Therrien read this situation on the ice correctly, didn't manage his bench to get him back on the ice to give him a chance to tie the game correctly, and certainly didn't do it properly in the dressing room. I've got no problem with you calling out a star. I got no problem with the coach laying into a good player. Do it behind closed doors. You want to do it in front of the whole team? Embarrass them a little bit that way? That's cool. Happens all the time. You want to pull them in your office and peel paint? That's cool. Happens all the time. But to do it in the media in Montreal when all this is going on, to PK Subban, who has been by far your best player for months, it shocked me. I was watching the game last night. We're watching it together, and I'm wondering, how is he not on the bench? How is he not playing? How is he not out there to tie him up? And so, again, one more point to reinforce. Who leads the league in turnovers? Giveaways. Well, there's PK Subban, there's Brent Burns, there's Erik Karlsson. They play a lot, they create a lot, and when you create a lot, you turn it over a whole bunch. Since the start of last season, PK leads the league in giveaways. That's okay. Do you not want all these three guys on your team?
Klingberg, Doughty, those guys are up there as well.
And on the ice at the end of a game.
Right.
When you're down. It just doesn't make sense at that moment to do that move. So I just didn't like it, and I think that PK got a little bit of the short end of the reaction from the coach last night, and now they're all dealing with the fallout today and the next couple days until they go play another game, and we'll have to watch what happens to PK and how he plays and how he's used in his next game.
And like you said, they aren't in a position to just hand away 2 points last night in the final 2 minutes when they could have gotten back in that game, tied it up.
One last one, all right?
Yes.
PK has been on the ice for 95 of his team's 155 goals. That's 61.29%. That's more than any other player on any other team in the league. Erik Karlsson, who's having a legendary season in Ottawa, 61.25. So if you need a goal and you're Montreal, and they needed one last night, you have to put PK on the ice. You have to. If you're not going to, then you shouldn't even bother playing him. It's that simple. Bad call.
You want to get back to today?
Sorry. Okay, that's enough of that.
I'm going to get you some lavender eucalyptus, calm you down. 10.5-minute rant.